Uh, well, I see us as a key partner and a key collaborator and a key player actually. As a provider of services as a major provider of community and primary care services in Hull, I think that from a health and wellbeing perspective, especially the Health and Wellbeing Board, we used to be on that, and we're quite key in setting up and doing the development for it, but then were removed from it, and I think that that was quite a big loss. But also from a provider point of view, I think that somewhere in that our voice and our expertise, but also our skills and competencies to add to a debate was in some respects lost. So actually working with Emma and working with other key sort of like players around what was needed, but really sort of like taking the steer from the CCG and the leadership around saying, well, actually it's a system issue, it's an issue that's much broader than just what commissioners can tackle. And I think that trying to capitalise on the scope and scale of enthusiasm to try and make things work differently, it's given the wide range of providers, including us, a purpose to actually sort of like sit around and discuss with our partners in the truest sense about what it means to try and capitalise on the amount of money that we've all got to spend on making sure that the population of Hull is as healthy and its well-being is the best that it can be under quite trying circumstances in terms of austerity, but also on major other impacts within the city. And all the agencies, when we sit around the 2020, are on the same page by saying, well, can't carry on, how are we going to do it? And quite frankly, as providers, I think we've been wanting to have that, we've been wanting to be seen as being a proactive partner, all of us in some respects, and I think we've found it difficult to, that hasn't been allowed through the normal sort of like set up processes. So this has actually given us some great, and I think because it's not political, it's actually allowed for us to get on and to try and look at things and do things in a different way. And I think that I'm sort of like what I find interesting is that, and I was saying, and I think it's really good what the CCG have done around this, and Emma and others, is that people are leading some of those programmes, not from the usual suspects. So we've got fire leading frail elderly, and you've got police leading stuff around well-being for young people, and I'm leading on integration. But I'm not going to deliver integration, but what I'm trying to do with others is deliver the principles of integration, and to try and sort of like look at it in a different way to the way we've looked at it before, because it's worked in parts but hasn't worked in others. Emma's leading on things like community hubs, and we've got some quite interesting people leading on different areas that are not the usual suspects, and I think that gives this some strength as well, because it keeps those partners at the table.